Hello, and welcome back to the Pocket English Podcast. I am Sarah, and I am so happy you are here with us today.
And I am Mark. This is the place where we help you build your English confidence, one pocket-sized lesson at a time. If you are listening while commuting, cooking, or just relaxing, we are glad to have you.
Today, we are going to talk about a very specific problem. Mark, have you ever told someone good news and they just stared at you?
Oh, absolutely. It is the worst feeling. You say, hey,
Hello, and welcome back to the Pocket English Podcast. I am Sarah, and I am so happy you are here with us today.
And I am Mark. This is the place where we help you build your English confidence, one pocket-sized lesson at a time. If you are listening while commuting, cooking, or just relaxing, we are glad to have you.
Today, we are going to talk about a very specific problem. Mark, have you ever told someone good news and they just stared at you?
Oh, absolutely. It is the worst feeling. You say, hey, I finally got that new job. And the other person just looks at you and says, yes?
Exactly. They say yes or okay, and suddenly the conversation dies. It feels like hitting a wall.
And the sad thing is, many of our listeners do this, but they do not mean to be rude. They understand what was said. They are happy for the person, but they freeze because they do not know how to react in English.
That is the conversation killer. You understand the input, but you don't have the output ready. You panic and you say nothing. Today, we are going to fix that. We are going to give you an active listener toolkit.
I love that idea, a toolkit. So instead of worrying about grammar, you can just reach into your pocket and pull out the right reaction for the situation.
Exactly. We are going to divide these reactions into 3 buckets: the happy bucket, the empathy bucket, and the surprise bucket. By the end of this episode, you will be able to handle any news someone throws at you.
This sounds incredibly useful. Before we jump in, if you want to make sure you never miss a lesson that helps you sound more natural, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We have a lot more practical tips coming your way.
Okay, Mark, let's start with the first bucket, the happy bucket. This is for when someone shares good news. Maybe they got a promotion, maybe they are going on vacation, or maybe they just found a really good coffee shop.
The problem I see most often here is the word good. Someone says, I am going to Paris next week, and the learner says, it is good.
Right. It is good is grammatically correct, but socially it is very flat. It sounds like you don't care. In English, we need to match the energy of the speaker. If they are excited, you need to be excited.
So what should we say instead of good?
The best phrase to keep in your pocket is, that is fantastic.
That is fantastic.
Notice the music in your voice, Mark. You didn't speak like a robot. You went up and down. That is fantastic.
English really is musical, isn't it? If I say it flatly, that is fantastic, I sound sarcastic, like I am making fun of you.
Exactly. You need the melody. Let's try another one. If someone tells you something purely for their own benefit, like, I finally finished my project, you can say, good for you.
Good for you. I like that one. It feels very supportive. It puts the focus on them.
Yes, it says, I see your effort and I am happy for you. So let's practice. I am going to give you some news, Mark, and you use one of these phrases. Ready?
I am ready.
Mark, I finally fixed my car engine by myself.
That is fantastic.
I passed my Spanish exam with a perfect score.
Good for you.
See how much better that feels than just saying yes? It keeps the energy alive.
It really does. It makes me feel like we are actually friends connecting, not just exchanging information.
Okay, let's move to the second bucket. This one is harder, but maybe even more important, the empathy bucket.
This is for bad news, right?
Yes, this is tricky because in some cultures you might just nod or stay silent to be respectful. But in English, silence when someone shares bad news can seem cold. If I say, I lost my wallet, and you say nothing, I feel alone. And you definitely cannot say okay. If you say, I lost my wallet, and I say okay, that is almost aggressive. So what is the safe phrase here? The safest, most natural phrase is, oh no. Simple, just 2 words, oh no. But again, Mark, the music matters. The pitch must go down. You cannot say, oh no, with a smile or a high voice. It has to be lower. Oh no. Oh no. It signals that I understand this is bad. Exactly. And if the news is a little more serious or just frustrating, use this phrase. That is a shame. That is a shame. That is a really common British phrase too, isn't it? But we use it everywhere. We do. It works for small things too. The restaurant was closed. Oh, that is a shame. It just means I wish that didn't happen.
And what if it is something really personal, like someone is sick or they lost their job?
Then we need the heavy lifter. You say, I am so sorry to hear that.
I am so sorry to hear that. Note for our listeners, this does not mean it is your fault. You are not apologizing. You are showing sympathy.
That is such a common confusion. You are not taking blame. You are offering emotional support. So let's drill the empathy bucket. I will give you some bad news, Mark.
Okay, bring it on. Or, well, don't bring it on, but I am ready.
I dropped my phone and the screen shattered.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it is going to cost $200 to fix.
That is a shame.
I know. And on top of that, I have a terrible headache today.
I am so sorry to hear that.
Perfect. You see, Mark, you didn't fix my phone. You didn't cure my headache. But I feel heard. I feel like you are with me in the situation.
And that is all people really want in a conversation. They want to be heard. You don't need complex sentences to do that.
Precisely. Now, are you ready for the third bucket? This is the fun one.
Is this the surprise bucket?
It is. This is for when the news is shocking, unbelievable, or just really unexpected. This is where you can show a lot of personality.
I feel like a lot of learners stay safe here. They just say, really, which is okay, but it gets boring.
Really is the vanilla ice cream of reactions. It is fine, but we can do better. If I tell you something crazy, you can say, no way.
No way.
And here, the speed is usually faster. It is energetic. No way. It means I cannot believe it.
What is another one?
You can ask, are you serious?
Are you serious?
Yes, but be careful with the tone. If you say it slowly and darkly, are you serious? It sounds like you are angry, like, are you serious right now? So keep it light and high. Are you serious?
Got it. Keep the eyebrows up. Are you serious?
Perfect. Let's practice the surprise bucket. Mark, guess what? I ran into George Clooney at the supermarket yesterday.
No way.
Yes, he was buying apples.
Are you serious?
I am. It was wild. See how that energy instantly makes the story more exciting? You are inviting me to tell you more.
It really pushes the conversation forward, and that actually brings me to a question, Sarah. It's great to react, but what happens next? If I say, that is fantastic, and then I stop talking, silence comes back.
That is the advanced step. We call this the bridge. You have to bridge your reaction into a question to keep the ball rolling.
The bridge. Okay, how does it work?
It is a simple formula. Reaction plus question. You never just give the reaction. You immediately add a simple question to throw the ball back to the other person.
Can you give us an example?
Sure. Let's go back to the happy news. I say, I got the job. You say,
that is fantastic. When do you start?
Boom. Perfect. That is fantastic is the reaction. When do you start is the bridge. Now I have to answer you. The pressure is off you and back on me.
I love that. It takes the pressure off the learner. You only have to speak for 2 seconds and then I have to talk again.
Exactly. It makes you look like a great conversationalist, but actually you're making the other person do all the work. Let's try a bridge with bad news. I lost my wallet.
Oh no, where did you have it last?
See? Now I'm telling you the story of where I was. You kept the chat alive. Let's try a bridge with surprise. I ran into George Clooney.
No way. Did you speak to him?
Yes, that is the key. Reaction plus question. If you can master that pattern, you can talk to anyone for hours.
This feels so much more manageable than trying to translate long, complex thoughts in your head.
It is. And the best way to learn this is to practice it until it becomes muscle memory. So we are going to do a simulation.
A simulation?
Yes, I am going to talk to our listeners directly. I will tell you a piece of news. I want you to listen, pick the right bucket, happy, empathy, or surprise, and say a reaction out loud.
Out loud?
Yes. If you are on the train, maybe whisper it. If you are at home, shout it. You need to physically say the words to remember them.
Okay, listeners, are you ready? Sarah is going to talk to you. You have about 3 seconds to respond before she tells you the answer.
Here we go.
Scenario 1. I finally booked my flight home to see my parents. Did you say, that is fantastic, or good for you? That was happy news.
I hope you got the intonation right too. That is fantastic.
Scenario 2. I have had the flu all week. I feel terrible. The answer is the empathy bucket. You should have said, oh no, or I am so sorry to hear that.
Did your voice go down? Remember, show you care.
Scenario 3. You will not believe this, but I won tickets to the concert in a radio contest.
That was the surprise bucket. No way, or are you serious?
I bet a few of you smiled on that one.
It is fun to be surprised.
Last one. This is the advanced challenge. I want a reaction plus a bridge. Ready? My boss just told me I have to work this weekend. Okay, that was bad news. So you could say, that is a shame. Why do you have to work?
Or, oh no, do you have a big project?
Exactly. Reaction plus question. If you manage to do that, you are officially an active listener.
It is amazing how just a few small phrases can change your whole personality in English. You go from the quiet person in the corner to the person everyone wants to talk to.
And that is the goal. We don't want you to just know English words. We want you to connect with people.
So Sarah, what is the challenge for this week? We always like to give our listeners a little homework.
Here is your challenge. For the next 7 days, I want you to ban the words good, bad, and really.
Ban them completely?
Ban them as reactions. If someone tells you news, you are not allowed to say, that is good. You must say, that is fantastic. You cannot say, that is bad. You must say, that is a shame.
It forces you to use the new tools.
Exactly. Put a little mental sticky note in your brain. Every time you hear news, pause, pick a bucket, and use a phrase from today.
And if you want to practice right now, leave us a comment. Tell us a piece of news, good or bad, and let other listeners reply to you using these phrases.
That is a great idea. Let's get a conversation going in the comments. I will be down there reading them too.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Pocket English. We hope you feel a little more ready for your next chat.
Remember, you do not need to be perfect to be a great friend. You just need to listen and react. Press play on your day, relax, and let your English grow. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.